Word. So you mentioned the forward class
Mhm.
at Victory, and honestly, I do got to take like just a couple seconds to acknowledge the forward class. Like, even if you don't go to our church, you can do the forward class, and I'll be
Mm,
honest, it is one of my favorite things that our church does. Like,
yes.
we do a lot of really, really good things.
Hmm.
Forward really is life changing because it's like you said, like you talk about the sabotage cycle, like.
Hmm.
It is it's therapy. I mean, honestly, is what it is. It's not
Yeah.
obviously one-on-one, but like you don't necessarily feel like everybody's staring at you. Like it is still divinely personal. Like still. Like I
Yes.
that's the best way I can describe it. Cause and honestly, like you are in there and everybody else is crying too. Like literally,
Hmm.
like it's not like, oh my gosh, like people are gonna see me boo. No, like
No.
everybody is in there sobbing and crying and
Hmm.
navigating. And
Yep.
so yeah, like it is one of my favorite things that we do. And so if
Absolutely.
I remember, excuse me, if I remember, I need to put a link in in this for that because it really is a freeing experience. And
Absolutely.
like you said, it's just stuff that comes up that you're like, like I thought we were past that.
That's that. Hmm.
And the Lord is like, no, we gonna dig a little deeper. So it,
Yes.
it is a
You got it.
beautiful class. It is a beautiful class, and the weekend is beautiful. And yeah, like that's all I can say about it. It's well worth it.
Mm.
It is well worth your
Absolutely.
time. So shout out to Victory. Um,
Yeah.
you said some really key words when you were talking about when you were telling us your story, which was thank you so much. Like just full transparency, just beautiful, inspiring, encouraging, like
Yeah.
all the things as the kiddos say. But you said the lie that you had nursed, and that
Mm.
just really, really, I love the language
Hmm.
because that is what we do with lies. Like,
Hmm.
especially if you know Jesus and are truly trying to be rooted in him, then anything that goes against what God says is a lie. And
Yes.
to
Amen.
continue to like live through it and relive it and like apply it to your life, like that is you
Hmm.
nursing that lie. And so when you said that, I was just like, oh my gosh, like how she phrased that is so real. Like, and we don't think about it that way. Like, we're just like, oh, they said that or blah blah blah. And no, like we nurse it. They're like we give life to it when we nurse
Hmm.
it that way. And I'm just so glad that you used that and pretty much said like, no, like I had to stop nursing that lie and start to live out the truth of who
Hmm.
God says I am. And even as
Absolutely.
you were sharing your story too, I was thinking about this, like there are dads who are in the home, but that
Hmm.
doesn't make you a present father.
No.
Like, and so I know a lot of emphasis is on like the relationship and being present there. But to your point, like you had a father who was in the home. He just wasn't your biological father. And
Hmm.
so I think that a lot of times, knowingly or unknowingly, people just mistake just being there as being a present father, and that's
Hmm.
not the same thing. That is not the same
Hmm.
thing because you can be present and not be speaking those four pillars into your children's
Hmm.
lives of you are loved and you are beautiful and
Hmm.
just the importance of all that you shared. Like there you can be there not be affirming your children and not protecting your children. And so much of what you said was just so beautiful. And I know, gosh, I know girls right now at my school who I need to get connected with you. Like they
Oh,
need,
praise God.
I see her right now. Like I might have to text her when we get done and say like, no, like I need you to connect with this person
Yeah.
because yeah, yeah. So thank
Yeah.
you so
So
much.
you're welcome. I just wanted to touch on that because it's physically absent or emotionally absent girl fathers that we have because there are plenty of people who have their father who's there physically, but emotionally. He's not present. And oftentimes for girls, that's worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That does even more damage. So we definitely address both of those things in the program because we've had girls who've had that before and mentors who've said that my dad was there but was like he wasn't there.
Mm. So yeah, I'm like excited to get you connected. Like
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
I'm
Praise God.
really
I'd be happy
excited.
to.
So for your organization in particular, what would you say is the
Mhm.
biggest need that you all have? Because I really want people to know about what you do, and I really want people to like come alongside, well, preferably come alongside and figure out how they can support. So what would you say is a need or even a struggle for
Yeah.
you all?
Um, well, I would say initially the struggle was me being a visionary and wanting to do all the
Mm,
things by myself.
mm,
That was terrible. And so I didn't do a great job communicating the fact of we need assistance in that being um physical power of just talent of human capacity. So I'm trying to do a better job of that now. So I will be able to tell you we do need two specific roles and we do need someone to work as a someone who has strong organizational skills and
mm,
administration skills. That's not my strong suit. So someone who can do that, um, that would help tremendously. And then also someone to help us with program engagement and to support the relationships between mentors and mentees.
mm.
Because I was really trying to do all of those arms, and I'm not an octopus. And so it was not, things were falling through the cracks, and I wasn't able to reach as many people as I wanted to. And what I realized is that with me trying to do all the work, we can't impact as many girls as
Mm,
need to be reached. So I would say definitely volunteers and a core leadership team is something that we are struggling with right now. And I think has a lot to do with me just not communicating the need because it's like, it's fine, I'll do it. It's fine, I'll do it.
mm,
It's
mm.
fine, I'll do it. And I can't do everything. I'm just a human. I need, even Jesus had 12 disciples and he
Even
was
Jesus.
fully God and fully man. So
Even Jesus. Very true.
yeah.
But to your point, like, I think that a lot of times people are like, oh, like, well, they can handle it. They started this or whatever. Excuse me. And it really is like, no, like it's all hands on deck. Like it's not like, oh, I'll just like I can do it. I can do it. But I also get it because even with the conference, like people are kind of like, what do you need and what do you need? And a lot of times I'm like, I don't know. Like I know what I want to do. And then it's sometimes it is like, but then I gotta like explain it to you, and then you gotta like kind of have the same vision I have for it. And then by then it's just like, man, like wouldn't it be easier if I just did it myself?
Just did it myself.
And
No, it would not. It won't
yeah,
be.
like actually, no, it wouldn't be like,
No, because sometimes what I've found out as I've been delegating more is that people, when you give people a vision, you don't even have to give them a like very detailed vision. Just
mhm.
say, I would like for you to do this, or ask people like, what do you feel like you are really gifted in? And then share the vision. And they'll say, well, I think that I could do this. Or they'll say, well, I know, like I had one mentor say, well, my mom, she does events and she can do X, Y, and Z. And when I came on the day where she had put everything together, I was like, this is so beautiful. I would have not had the bandwidth to do this as impeccably as you did. I didn't
Yeah.
have to go out and source things. I just asked you what you needed. I Amazoned it and sent it to your house, and I show up and it's amazing. Like, and I think we do people a disservice too, because I feel like God has already
Mm,
placed a desire in people's heart to come alongside you and use their gifts for his vision, like the goal that he's given you. It's not just about you, so it's not going to just take you. There are already people that he's already planted these talents and these little things of gold, and to work with you to bring this whole thing together. So I think we do each other a disservice by not just saying, "Hey, this is what I need." And I found when I do that, people are like, "Oh yeah, I can do that," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you. This is
mm,
amazing. This is
yeah.
amazing." Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good point, actually, because I mean, there are a lot of people who really want to use their gift. And they're
Hmm.
like, but I don't see where I can. And
Hmm.
then, like you're saying, like when we provide those opportunities, like then they get to operate in their gift that God has given them. And again,
Hmm.
like even for the conference, like it's people that I get to come speak, and I don't know that they ever saw themselves speaking to a group of women. But like it's just something about like having a former student come and talk to the teenage girls, like and pour into them and to be closer to their age group to speak to them on a
Hmm.
level that I can't or someone older than me can. And it's not that they can't get anything from us. It's just the delivery is different. And the season that
Hmm.
they're in, they need it from someone who's closer to their age. And I feel like there are things that people say who are older that will click later, but it might
Yeah.
not click at 12, or 13. You're like, what is she talking about? A budget? Like, well, it matters at some point, but like, yeah. So
Right.
I love that you said that like, yeah, just let people help.
Let
Let
them
people
help.
help you.
Yeah, absolutely. That be, yeah, I cannot echo that enough. Like, just let them help.
This is just let them help. Just let them help.
Mm.
So future goals for your organization. Let's talk about it. How are we
Um,
letting people help with these future goals that you
yes.
have?
How are we letting people help? Well, oh my goodness. So right now we are really, one of our major goals is to increase funding.
Hmm.
Of course, we always need more donations. And we want to be able to take the girls on college tours,
Hmm.
and we want to use the funding and partnerships to build a summer job shadowing program. That's really like
Ah.
the next level of the vision that God gave me originally when He showed me Cherished Daughters. And so I want to be able to get the girls on campus, to see what it's like to talk to current students so they can envision for themselves, how they can put their talents and gifts to use practically to change the world around them. Because I always teach them they're not just the leaders of tomorrow, y'all are the leaders of today. You are
Hmm.
uniquely equipped to see the challenges that are unique to your generation, and God has put everything you need
Yes.
within you to solve problems unique to you and your generation. And me and Ms. Tavoya and all the mentors, we are just here to help you bring those changes to life. So I would really love to be able to do that more, and that does take more donations. And then long term, I really have a vision of Cherished Daughters to be able to be across the Metro Atlanta area. Right now, just have us this one chapter, but I would love for this to be a rinse and repeat, people with a similar heart and
Mm.
mind,
Mm.
because 77% of African American babies are born to unwed parents. And while
Mm.
that doesn't mean immediately those children are going to be in absent father homes, if you follow the trajectory out, there's like a 90% chance at some point
Yeah.
that family unit will break down and that child will be in an absent father home. So we need something proactively to go back and reestablish these values within men and women so that we can change this terrible thing that's happening in our culture. And so I would love for that to happen throughout Metro Atlanta, throughout the Southeast, and then one day even globally, because unfortunately, this is becoming more and more popular that you don't need a mother and a father in a home. You don't need a nuclear unit. The enemy, if he can
Hmm.
just take the father out of the home, then everything else around it crumbles. And we are left within a society where we are just picking up at the symptoms. So all of this increased crime, all of these increased abortions, all the things that we think are problems are really symptoms of the
Mm.
broken home. And so I would love for the future, the expansion, the vision for Cherished Daughters is that we empower leaders across the world who God has placed a similar vision in their heart to equip the next generation of girls to be able to say, hey, no, we know our identity, we know our worth, we know what we believe, and we want to be daughters of the King. So,
Mm. Amen. Amen. So we will definitely have to put your link in for all of this so that people can be up to
yeah,
speed. It
I
is a
would love
lady
that.
at our church, so her organization is Girls Breaking Chains. Um, and so her father actually was on death row
Oh
and
my.
and yeah, so her organization is geared towards girls who are going through the same thing and trying to navigate. literally what life is about to be like when their fathers are, giving the
So when
gift.
their fathers, so she works with children of
Of
people who
girls who
are
was,
on death row. So they're
I
going
think,
to
in
be,
death row or incarcerated
oh,
in general.
incarcerated in
So,
general. Okay.
so yeah.
Ooh.
And she goes to Saturday service too. So, I need to get you
Oh,
all
okay.
connected as well.
Yeah,
But
that would be amazing. I
really
would love
good,
that.
and maybe y'all can partner. She does some mentoring as well, for the ladies,
Hmm.
and so just hey, just making those connections, just bringing people
It,
together.
it makes a big difference. There's so many of us doing similar work. We shouldn't all try to do it separately. There's so many of us doing similar work. So to connect and partner, it makes a big difference.
It really does. It really does. And man, I just so love what you're doing that, like, my heart is just smiling. Like, and my heart needed a
Oh,
smile today. Like,
oh,
it
thank
needed
God.
a smile today. And like this was definitely one of the things so far that has made it smile today. So
Oh, thank
thank you so
God.
much for that. Like,
You're
yeah,
welcome.
you didn't even plan on that, but just thank you so much. I'd so appreciate it. And so I do have a couple more little questions
Yes.
to ask you before I let you go. I really am enjoying this, so I might as well. I mean, we might as well just make it a reoccurring thing at
Okay,
this
I'll
point.
be
I
back.
mean, at this point. So, what's been your biggest takeaway from, like, walking through this, starting your
Mm,
organization? And honestly, just some of the wins that you've had. I'd love to hear about just some of the wins, because it is work
mm.
and it is toil, but it's good. It's good work.
It is. It's some of the most rewarding work that I've done. So I would say some of my major takeaways is that, like I was saying a little bit earlier, that um, single moms have a lot on their plate, and they
Hmm.
really want to equip their daughters to have and sons, but I work with the girl population, to have a amazing life experience, even if they are just working at this alone. And so I've seen that, I've heard mothers say, oh my God, I have been looking for this. Oh my God, I have been praying for this. And you know how you often hear to say, that your obedience is the answer to someone
Mm,
else's prayer.
yes.
And I've seen that. I've had women tell me that. I remember I had one mom say, we went to, I don't remember the organization, but one of those larger mentoring programs, like Big Brothers, Big Sisters,
Mm,
or something like that. I don't remember the organization specifically, but she said we went there and we filled out an application, and uh, we put down everything my daughter wanted and a mentor, and then we weren't able to get her a match for a year.
mm,
And then we came here, and I promise you that, I'll say the mentor's name. She's like, Eva. Eva
mm,
was everything that we put down on the list. It was like God saved Eva for my daughter. And
mm,
I was just like, oh my God. And when I interviewed Eva, which was the mentor, I knew immediately, like, she was who God sent her for. Because I always believe that when I interview potential mentors, I wait for the Holy Spirit to bear witness. They do have referrals, they do background checks, but I
mhm,
truly believe this is God's thing, that He's going to pair them. So when I interviewed her, I immediately knew who she was, like who she was sent for. And I've seen this same young lady flourish.
mhm.
Talk about, like, people that don't know they're meant to speak. Like, she's such a leader. And I tell her, she's just like, no, really, me, Miss Tavoya, I don't see it. I'm like, yes. And I want you to speak at the fundraiser, and I want you to share your testimony. And she got up and she just, my God, she just brought the house down with her speech. And I was just like, you did amazing. So seeing things like that is amazing. I've had another group of sisters who have been through the program. So they started off as a group of three, and we've graduated two of them so far.
Oh man.
And the youngest sister, she's in the 11th grade. She's in the program. But she told me that being in Cherished Daughters helped her relationship with her dad,
Mm,
because they have a relationship with their dad. Their parents are just divorced. They don't live together. And so She said, my dad would say that I don't talk to him enough and he doesn't know what's going on with me, but I didn't know what to say. And I didn't know that I was making him feel bad. But the more that I was coming to Cherished Daughters and the more we would talk about it and we would talk about forgiveness. And she said, it made it, and you would say that, we were, forgiving for them, but we were forgiving for ourselves. She said it made it easier for me to talk to him now. Like
Mm.
I can have conversations with him. And I had her dad tell me, like, thank you so much for the work that you do with my daughters. Like you have
Oh.
made such a huge difference in their lives. And I'm just like, I was like, I don't I just love them. I spend time with them. I teach them about the Lord, but he's just like he like literally like looks me in my eyes and says, "Thank you so much." So it's like you're changing families. And then they have younger sisters, so the mom's like she has like two sets of kids. So this
Oh.
particular mom has eight kids and she is like
Oh.
working and going to school. I don't know. She's amazing.
Oh,
But the
gosh.
little sister is like, is it almost my turn? Do I get to go? And I'm like, when you get in sixth grade, girl, yes, you are in there. You can come in. So those have been some of like the major wins and takeaways. Or we'll see the girls and they'll be like, we'll have like a powwow before the session starts, and they'll tell you about some knucklehead boy and they'll share something about the knucklehead boy, and you'll be like, "Oh Lord Jesus, please let him move to Zimbabwe." Oh God, he is not the look. And so they'll share, and we'll say a few things, and then they'll come back a few months later, and we're like, "Oh, so how is so and so?" He's stupid. He dumb. I broke up with him, and we're like,
Yes.
"Yes, yes, yes." They're like, "What? You didn't like him?" It's like, "No, but we are so glad that you figured that out on your own and that you were able to determine that he was stupid and that he was not worthy of your time, that you knew your worth." So those have been some of the major wins that I've seen. And oh, having mentors who are really living for the Lord. So
Mm.
Victory does refer a lot of the mentors that we get.
Oh,
And so we
good.
had one mentor, she's like 26, 25 at the time. And we were talking, I think we were talking about boundaries in dating because I took Jacinta and Robert's approach and we read the book with the girls. And they found out that her and her boyfriend, now fiance, that they were dating for marriage. And
Mm.
she was like, so one of the girls was like, so you don't have sex? Y'all not gonna have sex till y'all get married? And they're like, she was like, uh-huh. And they were like, wait, like like he still dates you and there's like nothing? And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, and they're looking at her like, because Miss Amari is pretty and she got the little baby hair swoops that they like, and she got the little Shein fits that they be wearing. Like, she's hip, she's happening. And they're like, wow, you're not gonna, because it was like such foreign to them. It's like, you're really dating for
Mm.
marriage and you're not going to sleep with him.
Yeah.
What? And I'm like, yes, thank you. Because, like you said, to your point, like Miss Tavoya is old and she has two kids. And so don't listen to Miss Tavoya. Listen to Miss Amari, okay? Because she's 20 something and she got baby hair. So you know she's young.
20s on the with baby hair.
Okay?
It's a
Official.
thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yes. Um, but those are some of the major things that I have seen. Moms telling me, I prayed for this. I wish I had something like this when I was their age. And
Mm.
all of the pain and toil that you went through, all the lies that enemy try to convince you on why it's not going to work and why you can't do it. And who are you to think people are going to listen to you? You know what you did in
Hmm.
your past.
Yep.
And to just see how it's being such a blessing to people, for parents and for other mentors, for volunteers, for other organizations.
Hmm.
It's a, when, like you're saying, like just talking about it, it makes such a big difference because people know that this is something that's impacting our society, and we know we want to do something, but we don't know like what can we do. When you hold up a beacon and say,
Yeah.
hey, this is a way you can be a light. This is how you can contribute to a problem that we all see, but you may not have had language for or an answer for. Just being able to do that. And then also inspire other women who are like,
Mhm.
well, there's this thing that I think God told me to do, but I didn't think I could do it. And just inspire other people that, yeah, that dream that you have in your belly, that thing that won't let you go, that you can't shake it, you know you're supposed
Mhm.
to do, but you feel afraid. You can do it. Go do it. People are waiting.
People
They
are
want, they want,
waiting.
people
Which
are waiting.
which kind of leads into the other question was, like how would you encourage someone to start that organization that they feel the tug for? What are the
Yes.
steps?
The steps are, they're very simple. It's very practical. I would say just sit down and write out, what is the problem that I want to solve in
Mhm.
the world? Who is the benefactor of this solved problem? What type of, so just like, but be very clear, pen to paper, write down the vision, like Habakkuk says, and
Mhm.
make it plain so you can understand the problem that you solve, the population that you serve by solving this problem, and then, I would say look at what kind of resources are required for you to solve the problem, whatever it is, and then what kind of business entity or structure you want to put this organization into, whether that we are 501(c)(3, other people may want to be an LLC or a
Mhm.
corporation or some type of community initiative, whatever that is, and do a lot of research. And then I would say boldly declare, this is what I'm doing, and tell everyone. I remember when I first started, I asked everyone who would listen, do you know anyone who has a mentoring program? Do you know anybody who mentors girls? And I just started having conversations with everyone that I could find that was already doing the thing. And I would
Mhm.
say, write it down and start declaring it. And then you would be surprised to see how many resources start revealing themselves. Because once again, if it's a God-sized dream, he's already gone before you. It
Mhm.
says, the word says, all of my days were written in your book. You have created me to do good things on this earth. Like before the beginning of time, I was
Mhm.
created to do great works, to walk in them, not to just like think about them and write them in my journal, but to walk in these good
Yes.
works. So that means that God has already gone before us. He's not asking you to do anything that you're incapable of doing. If He put it in you, that means He has every plan on partnering with you to bring it to path. You just have to start taking the steps in that direction and be very intentional about putting a plan in place, and it'll come together. It'll be a lot of work. We're not going to say it's not going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work, but you work hard every day at work anyway. So what? and and oftentimes those people at your job get on your nerves, and you still keep going
And you
back. So
still keep going back.
you're not okay. You're quite capable of doing hard work and doing hard things. So and this one is going to be so rewarding if it's the thing that God put inside of you. So that's what I would say to someone. Go for it.
No, you're right though. Like, and you're going like the enemy is going to create opposition.
Hmm.
And a lot of times I think that's how you know, like, man, like I must really be up to something good. Like, why is this so much like fighting against this happening? And it's because
Hmm.
it so needs to happen. Like usually
Yes.
that is what it is. And so, and God will send those wins and those reminders of like, oh, I've been looking for something like this, or oh, we needed this, or just it's so many
Hmm.
things. And then another piece of it that I don't think necessarily like people whose heart who want to do this. This isn't maybe the initial motivation for it, but because God is so good, that He allows us to be part of it as well, is like your investment in the mentors. Like, yes, it was to have this mentoring program for these girls who are going through this, but not only do you get to provide that for the girls, like you get to invest in the mentors. And so it's this yeah, it's this cycle that's taking place. It's
Yeah.
like reaching all of these people who now can tell others about it. And so it's just so beautiful how God expands his vision for your life and just how important it is to be intentional to give God your yes, to make sure you
Hmm.
obey whatever he calls you to. And yeah, like God, enlarge my territory for your glory, right? Like,
He will
and like
do
you're
it.
saying, make the vision plain, like write it down and make it plain so that he who sees it can run with it, right? So it it's so necessary. And it really is as simple as you said, like just start. Just just start and he will
Hmm.
bring those people in your life. And so you probably don't know this about me, but I actually just got my master's in nonprofit administration last December.
Wow.
So what I had to do was I had to, like write up some mock grants and stuff like that. Talk about how to set up a board, all the things. So outside of this call, we'll have to get together to talk some more about what that looks like and how I can be of any assistance as you look to grow your organization and bring whatever I can to the table. I am no means
Wow.
an expert, but I paid a school to teach me how to do it. So so I might know a little something.
Oh, you probably know a lot of something. Definitely a lot of something. Yes, thank you. I would love that. That I would be honored for you to sit down with me to talk to me more about that. See, just like that, God will send people. You just go
Just
out
like
and do
that.
the thing. That's how it happens. And this is how it always happens too. Um, you're out doing one of the things the Lord told you to do, and then He'll just slide you a bonus because He's a good Father, and all good gifts come from the Lord, down from the Father
Mhm.
of lights. Every good and perfect gift comes from Him.
It's
Wow.
Yep. So we will get together and make it happen. And I'm going to put you on blast right here as well, and just say the Daughters Conference will probably be in June. So I'd
Okay.
love for you to prayerfully consider being a
Yeah.
part of it. It feels like speaking there, if that's something that you're interested in, but something to just think about that I am documenting right now in this
Okay.
podcast episode.
I would be honored to be a speaker at the Daughters Conference. I would love it.
So we will get together and go over details and all the things
Hmm.
and super excited, super duper excited. And
Yeah.
I want to get some books to your girls as well. So
Oh,
again,
wow.
just some stuff that I guess is not even necessary for the public to know, but while it's on my mind, I'm gonna say it. So want to get
Okay.
some things to your girls as well. So again, outside, I guess everybody who's listening is like, dang, everything's happening outside of this. Yes, it is. So outside of this podcast, we'll talk some more about this stuff. Um,
Oh,
but gosh, I can't thank you enough for sharing your story and your organization and your time. Like gosh, I just so value people's time because I know I value mine. So
yes.
like
Yes,
so
indeed.
I so appreciate people making time for me. And so thank you so much
You're welcome.
for hopping on and for coming back. I'm thanking you in advance for your next visit as
Yes.
well. So,
Yes.
any final words for anybody before we close out?
Yes, I would just like to say that if you're part of that 77%, if my testimony resonated with you at all, I want you to know that God is still in the healing business, and His desire is for you to not just be healed, but to be fully restored and to seek
Hmm.
Him for that restoration. um, and that God promised to be the father to the fatherless, and that He wants to walk you through your forgiveness and healing journey. He loves you,
Hmm.
and we love you too. And if you love what you hear about Cherished Daughters, please follow us online at CD Mentoring on Instagram. CherishedDaughters.com is our website, and you could even follow me, Tavoya Conover, on Instagram and Facebook. I'm not fancy. I'm just Tavoya Conover on everything. I can't remember any of those extra things. And I would love to partner with other organizations and women of God who are doing God's work. So, yeah, that's what I would like to say.
Amen. Amen. And if you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to me as well, and I can get you to voice information through me also. But this was just good. This was just good. And this was a true blessing to me and to anybody who's going to listen to it. And that's the beauty in recording things is that people can just go back and continue to be encouraged and recharged and refilled. And honestly, you got to think about it. It's literally just because you were obedient and said yes. Like
Yeah,
that is what
that's
it
all He
boiled down to.
wants.
It
That's
is.
all He wants. Our yes. Hmm.
It is. So thank you so
You're
much. I
welcome.
so appreciate it, and I can't wait till next time.